Welcome back to the second half of Newsbreak Live, and joining me tonight is Bradley Tollison, one of the members of the design team who helped create an app and upgrade the Torrance Transit experience. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Bradley.
Good evening, Hibah.
How are you?
I'm great. You?
Great. So tell our viewers what will be presented tonight at Council.
Tonight we're going to demonstrate a new program, an application, primarily that will tell riders when their next bus will come, and also new signage.
How did this idea start? I know this started a while ago and it started from a different project. So let's start from the beginning so viewers can get a little bit more of a background.
All right, so in March of 2011, we started a project that would basically collect all the data electronically for where our bus stops are, and then sort of build a schedule that would be electronic, so that Google, for example, if you go on Google Maps today, you could plan a trip and it's all done for you. You don't have to have a paper schedule, anything like that. You can just simply use your phone or the web browser. And then from that point, we built a, we procured a AVL system, which is basically GPS on a bus, which gives us operational data that allows us to collect ridership information on every trip. It allows us to collect data of how long it takes for buses to get from A to B, allowing us to build better schedules. And through that project, that one started in 2013, we were able to get this to the point where we could start giving real time to our customers.
What does that mean, real time? So after the launch, I know the app's already out on the Apple Store and on Google Play. What can transit riders expect now and experience?
Okay, so if you've ever been waiting for any transit vehicle, you'll inevitably have that moment in your trip where you're thinking, where's the bus? And so this is kind of the thing where you'll be able to pull it out, an application, and say, okay, the vehicle's going to be here in 5 minutes and I can see it. You have that confidence. And that's also something that we can do through text message, and it's available today.
What role did you play along with your planning team? Tell me about that. How did you come up with this information? I know it took years, and we have actually the app on the screen right now. Tell us a little bit more about how the app works.
Okay, so I actually started at the agency by myself, and then we built a team around me to start working on projects like this. The app itself works through open data, so it's actually not our application. It's an application that a company in Montreal built. It's called Transit, and they were able to take our data. We built an open data platform. So the platform was created by Google. It's called the General Transit Feed Specification, real time. And anyone who wants to have an application can build one through the same data. And that's even, if some student wanted to look at data and analyze it, they could totally do it today. The team itself, we worked pretty hard to make sure that everything worked together and that we were going to have the best experience for our customers by partnering with Transit App first, because we believe that this is probably the best software on the market at the moment. It actually combines multiple agencies together. So, we're Torrance Transit, but there are other agencies around us. There's over 30 in Los Angeles County. So Metro's on there, Gardena's on there, Beach Cities Transit, which is Redondo Beach and like Hermosa Beach, those kinds of cities are on there. So it's really versatile. And it also does trip planning. So that's actually a huge component as well. So before, probably about 2 years ago, no one was really doing anything more than just telling people when the next bus was coming.
Right.
Now, this trip planner behaves just kind of like your car navigation. So if you were driving along the road, you wanted to, you were supposed to turn right, but you missed the turn, this recalculates for you. So in this case, this say, hey, your bus is late. We're going to recalculate your connection, make sure you get there. So that's a huge step. And it also tells you when to get off and things like that. So it's a big thing.
What does this mean for transit riders?
Yeah, so I think absolutely answering that question, which is the #1 call that we get, is where's the bus, when's it coming, is huge. It's a game changer, especially because before this you really couldn't do that. In this region especially, we're the first municipal operator to have it in the South Bay region. So it's going to change people's lives because they're going to be going from a moment where they're standing there wondering where the bus is to being able to have a cup of coffee. I personally like to go to the cafe and have a cup of coffee, and if the bus is coming in 5 minutes instead of 10, well then I know, okay, I better hurry up. So it's going to really make people's trips more efficient as well.
And it's truly meeting and filling a need, and the app actually is available right now. How can people download it? Where can they access it?
Yeah, so you can go right now to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store and simply type in Transit app,
Okay.
2 words, and you can get it from there. We're also going to have it available on Google Maps hopefully within the next month, and then it'll kind of blossom from there. If you're a developer, we'll have it available through our website where you can build your own application if you like. So.
And I know this is much more complicated than it, the background is much more complicated. I know you broke it down for our viewers, but this initiative is much more than an app. Tell me about the signage that's already implemented in the buses and will be implemented at bus stops.
This is actually probably something I'm most passionate about. Since I was a boy, I actually grew up in Torrance, and the bus stop sign has said bus stop. And so for the first time, tonight we're going to procure signage and signage hardware to change that. We are going to go from signs that simply say bus stop to signs that say it's this route, it's this direction, it operates during this time, this is how you know when the next bus is coming, and this is the number to call us at if you have any other questions, or the website to visit. And it's also, fun fact, it's actually, so the size of the bus stop sign that we have now is actually the same as the new bus stop sign. We're just using space more efficiently. So that's a big thing, and we worked on that sign for quite a long time. We took a lot of care. We would go out almost maybe 2-3 times a week, and we'd post up a mock-up about 7 feet high where it would meet standards for ADA compliance, Americans with Disability Act. And we would make sure that people could read it. My vision myself is not so great, so that was actually really nice. And we went through many iterations to make sure that the visual hierarchy. So what that means is when you approach a bus stop, we wanted to make sure that you saw the thing that you needed to see in the order that you wanted to see it, logically. So you were like, okay, I know what route it is, okay, where it's going, so on.
And all of that will be now right there for transit riders to see.
Right. Yeah, we hope to roll it. We have over 700 stops, so it's going to take some time, and we're going to have to really get together and go through each corridor. But over time, over the next year, hopefully we'll start to see all those stops upgraded, because we have to catalog, build a database to get all that information for which stops need what things and things like that. So.
What about the changes that were recently made for bus drivers inside, the voice announcements? Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that?
Yeah, so certainly one of the things that happened during the Americans with Disability Act in the early 90s is that bus drivers were required by federal law to say the major connections and major stops. And the bus driver, I think, is one of the most difficult jobs that a person could really have. I can think of them as the roaming psychologist. They're on the longest road trip of their lives. And so being able to have the bus automatically say every stop and also visually say every stop, so there's an electronic sign inside the bus and it says visually what the next stop is actually a big thing, a plus, especially now everybody's using headphones, distracted, and they can just look up and make sure that they're in the right place. I know it's been a big help to me as well. So.
How many riders currently use a Torrance Transit a year?
So it's about 4 million people annually, which is pretty good. Gardena is about the same size, so yeah, we're pretty big size.
You've worked so long on this project. How does it feel to actually have it now, slowly launching? And what does this, show about the city of Torrance? It's really changing the face and the whole experience and journey. If you don't have a car, sometimes waiting for a bus is really tough.
Yeah, it feels good, to be honest. I've always sort of preferred transit. I mean, I love the road trip, but driving in traffic is not something I think a lot of people aspire for. So being able to kind of tackle the problems that people face right at our front door when we think of our bus stop as our front door to our storefront, I guess, and being able to tackle that right there it feels good, and I know that little things like that are going to make a difference in people's lives. it's a quality of life improvement for sure.
Well, Bradley, thank you so much for coming on Newsbreak Live and sharing this information about the great app. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And if you would like to download that app, as Bradley mentioned, you can simply go to the Apple Store or Google Play Store and search Transit. It's one of the first apps that actually pop up. You can also follow Torrance Transit. They're on Facebook and Twitter. Well, that does it for Newsbreak Live. Don't forget to tune in at 7 p.m. right here for the Torrance City Council meeting. And if you ever have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. And for Facebook and Twitter users, use #NewsbreakLive. We'll see you next time. Have a great night.